Hello, Michael. Shall we round table? Somehow we are still in our blogs giving costumes.
Hi Josh. Let's. I notice that many of us are inhabiting the same body.
Effing technology. Where are my jetpacks and teleporters? Shall we soldier on with our 2K10 favorites?
I should be upset with Sufjan Stevens for giving a live performance at the Paramount that so energetically trumped his album.
Yes to that Sufjan show. I can't remember any other performance that so changed my mind about an album. Somehow, seeing him perform it at the Paramount with the Halloween Deck Band, behind a light-painted scrim, and the full-on Shutter Shades freak out of Impossible So left me finding excuses, train rides, or long walks to spend with the record in my earphones. That he closed the set with the hits, helped me to leave the show with a sigh of delight.
Maybe it's just the Paramount. Rufus Wainwright's show there was also a standout, with the normally insouciant Wainwright struggling through tears, and making the latter half of the evening into a heart-wrenching valediction for his mother.
The voice of Audrey in my head co-signs on the magical music powers of Sufjan and Rufus. She cried at both shows.
Tony telepathically reminds of us that last summer's Dobe Fest proved a perfect tonic for the accompanying warm climes. Fest programmers offered another strong line-up, with an emphasis on the rootsy and the gorgeously pastoral. Highlights included a lush set by Seattle's premier chamber pop ensemble Grand Hallway, rip-roaring old country from the Maldives, and the most welcome discovery, from this cramped perspective, at least, the sublime pop sounds of Upstart's Curtains for You.
For moments of pure musical joy, it's hard for me to think of anything better than LCD Sound System's main stage performance at Sasquatch. Never mind your hillside couple so bored with the Decemberists that they resorted to public intercourse. I'll see your 2009 dancing man and raise at a hillside of spontaneous conga lines and synchronized dance moves that swept through the crowd during All My Friends. I can only attribute the difficulty of finding a decent video of the crowd to the fact that almost everyone near the stage was too swept up in the moment to turn their cameras on the hill.
Don calls to me from the spirit world to say that the Cave Singers packed a lot of magic into the Legendsport's secret show. It transported a busload of Seattleites into the woods for a campfire show.
Audrey reminds us of Bumbershoot, place of band-on-band interviews in motor vans. And of Courtney Love emerging for an all-on rambler of a secret show, an extended monologue in an upstairs McCaw Hall bunker.
Bumbershoot hit Tony's live music pleasure notes big time. Old school funk and soul brilliance from Seattle's own Mighty Weedles Groove Collective, Booker T and Solomon Burke, just weeks before his passing, freed the minds and asses of hundreds of Bumbershooters. The clientele brought Britpop luminescence. The Dandy Warhols and the Ravionettes held the Batcave contingent with sexy sets. This queen offered power pop fizzier than a vigorously shaken bottle of Corb, and old country chanteuse Neko Case filled the arena stage with gorgeous sadness. Great as so many of the established acts were, though, Bumbershoot opened his ears to several great outfits that previously hovered just below the radar. The Redwood Plan's pogo-worthy brand of new wave impressed him mightily. Lie indie rockers' health played like shoegazers possessed by restless evil demons, and Georgia's atomic-powered prog/metal/surf guitar band Baroness Pile drove a packed center square with the fest's finest hard rock performance. Oh, yeah, and Anvil rocked.
All that I'll add about Bumbershoot is that I don't regret staying to the rain-drenched last song of the festival, if only because the Thermals rewarded the crowd's endurance with a Weezer cover during their encore. I'm pretty sure that I like Weezer covers a whole lot more than actual Weezer now. So much so that I skipped their main stage set to dash over to the Paramount for another, less embarrassing, nostalgia act, Pavement.
Don shouts from my subconscious, Billy Bragg too.
Audrey already misses Malcolmus. Despite our wealth of shows booked in the great outdoors, or in big beautiful theaters, there's something great about a small live show pushing capacity. For me, at Moonmose, these included Falls at the inaugural City Arts Fest and Tokyo Police Club bringing their spotlights, seizure strobes, and sweaty intensity to just the right-sized venue. The tallest man on Earth's multiple shows here, and in Portland for MFNW were jaw-droppingly intense and searingly memorable too.
Tony speaks to me about the pure ecstasy of hearing legendary garage rocksman Roky Erickson tear through several of his finest odes to thwarted desire and two-headed dogs, backed by a bunch of young guns who played like their lives hinged on it.
Audrey reminisces that August mini heatwave Tokyo Police Club show had an emphasis on the sweaty. Other sweaty shows at Numos, the always raucous Man and the 1-2 having a moment punch of sleigh bells and Yesaya. Speaking of having a moment, how did it take her till 2010 to see the Low Anthem? Or, for that matter, the Morning Benders?
At the Comet, the improved jazz of the Water Babies and the big jazz band of the Zubato Syndicate left me feeling glad to be alive.
Don fondly recalls the song show with Damien Jurado, Macklemore, Jesse Sykes, and Tom Nakayama of Grand Hallway at the Triple Door, Screeching Weasel at the Showbox, and the Cumulus Festival at the Mars Bar and the Fun House.
On the localish front, down at the Columbia City Theatre I stumbled into the phenomenon that is Drew Grow and the Preacher's Wives.
Tony agrees that they provided some of the most stunning moments of Columbia City Theatre's first month of free shows. The venues offered varied and tasty bills, packed with everything from great garage rock, the Sergeant Major Third, to seriously kicking hip-hop shows, by Mash Hall and Dime Definition, among others. The Columbia City Theatre show, that knocked off my socks with the highest velocity? The sort of farewell set by the Hormones, who retired their crudely attention-getting name in favor of the more palatable Two Bookers Monica Hounds of the Wild Hunt. Their last show as the Hormones was the most shit-sharp tight, sweetly energetic, raucous, utterly joyous hour plus he spent in a Seattle rock club and I don't know how long. What about records? Constance Loeb, Danny Michel and Sunset Sea. I loved Vampire Weekend's Contra so much that I didn't begrudge them for getting too sick to play Mary Moore. They did give a great Sasquatch headlining set and made up for their cancellation with 2 awesome shows at the Paramount. I think that I was among the few people who actually liked MGMT's Congratulations better than Oracular's Spectacular, so much so that I found much of their Capitol Hill block party set mostly enjoyable despite the festival's usual crowd management horror show.
On the should be local side, I'd been listening to Icelandic band Sub as we built a fire to make it through our La Niña winter.
Audrey played the shit out of Intent include, but are not limited to, Pomegranate's One of Us, Hurricane Bells Tonight is the Ghost, the Postel's self-titled debut, Waves is King of the Beach, and Local Natives' Gorilla Manor. She also returned to Wilco's Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. 2011 marks its 10th anniversary, and cut copies in Ghost colors, in anticipation of their new release next month.
Don is already looking forward to going to next year. Dashboard Confessional at Numos on 1/13th, Forgetters at the Vera Project on 1/30th, The Get Up Kids at Numos on 2/1, Social Distortion, Lucero, Chuck Ragan at the Showbox Sodo on 2/13th, and the Dismemberment Plan at the Showbox Sodo on 3/12th.
2010's reunion, that I never dreamed to hope for was the utterly satisfying heartbreak of Carissa's Weed at the Showbox. This year, it's that Dismemberment Plan reunion. That's miraculous enough to overcome the Sodo's deficiencies. I'm also looking forward to seeing what Adam Zaks comes up with for Sasquatch's 10th anniversary lineup at the Gorge, though I wish that a few more hotel beds would show up closer to the festival to make the 4-day experience a bit less rustic or highway dependent.
Okay, roundtable concluded. Can we go back to our own bodies again?
Yes. Please. This astral plane is getting crowded.